In the bustling city of Harmonyville, Officer Jack Thompson was known for his racist dedication to upholding the law. With a reputation for being tough on the black community, he patrolled the streets with an unwavering sense of duty. However, on a hot summer night, his life would take an unexpected turn. As the clock struck midnight, Jack received a call about a suspicious individual near the docks. Responding swiftly, he spotted a tall, Mexican man wearing a hoodie and dark jeans, standing near a group of crates. Jack approached the man vigorously, with his hand resting on his holster. The man complied, raising his hand slowly. "Officer, I assure you, there's a reasonable explanation for my presence here," he said calmly. "Save it for the station," Jack retorted, not willing to hear whatever he has to say. Unbeknownst to Jack, the man was Marcus Williams, an undercover federal agent investigating a drug trafficking ring operating in the city. Marcus had been tracking their activities for months, gathering evidence to bring the criminals to justice. He had carefully infiltrated the group, blending into the shadows, but tonight, his cover had been blown. At the police station, tensions ran high as Marcus's true identity came to light. The police chief, furious about the incident, reprimanded Jack for his rash actions. "You arrested a federal agent without even verifying his identity? This could jeopardize a major investigation," the chief scolded. "I didn't know he was a Fed, Chief. I was just doing my job," Jack protested, regret clear in his eyes. "That's not an excuse, Thompson. You should have exercised better judgment." "Now, I'll have to report this to the higher-ups," the chief said sternly. Facing the consequences of his actions, Jack found himself suspended from duty pending an internal investigation. Guilt-ridden, he sought out Marcus to apologize for the misunderstanding. "I didn't mean to mess up your operation," Jack admitted, remorseful. Marcus, ever the composed professional, replied, "It was an unfortunate mistake, but I understand the pressures you face as a cop. Let's focus on catching the real criminals together." With Marcus's forgiveness, the two men formed an unlikely alliance. While Jack was suspended, he worked with Marcus and his team, providing valuable insights into the local criminal scene. As weeks passed, the bond between them grew stronger, and Jack learned to be more cautious about assumptions, prioritizing nationality over personality. The success of the joint operation marked a turning point in the relationship between local law enforcement and federal agents in Harmonyville. Jack Thompson's suspension had given him time to reflect on his actions and attitudes, and he emerged from the experience with a renewed sense of purpose. He was determined to be a better officer, one who would protect and serve all the citizens of his city with fairness and empathy. The Harmonyville Police Department implemented several reforms under the guidance of both the federal agency and Marcus Williams. Sensitivity training became mandatory for all officers, emphasizing cultural awareness, eradicating racism, de-escalation techniques, and recognizing unconscious biases. The department also increased efforts to recruit officers from diverse backgrounds to better reflect the community they served. As Jack returned to active duty, he found himself working side by side with Marcus and other federal agents on various high-profile cases. Over time, Jack and Marcus became known as a dynamic duo, with their combined skills and insights leading to impressive results. One day, a new case landed on their desks that would test their partnership like never before. They received a tip about a potential terrorist threat targeting a major event in Harmonyville. The city was hosting an international peace conference, and the stakes were incredibly high. As they delved into the investigation, they discovered a complex web of conspiracies involving extremist groups with international ties. The threat was real, and the clock was ticking. In the midst of the high-pressure investigation, they faced challenges from within the police department. Some officers, still harboring old biases, questioned Jack's loyalty to the force due to his close association with Marcus, who was Mexican. Rumors and whispers circulated, but Jack remained undeterred, focusing solely on the mission at hand. Their efforts led them to a small, nondescript warehouse on the outskirts of the city. They believed it to be the terrorists' hideout. The tension was palpable as they prepared to breach the building. They approached, adrenaline coursing through their veins. They created a perimeter and called for backup. Backup arrived, and soon a team of well-trained officers and federal agents surrounded the warehouse. The safety of thousands of lives rested on their shoulders. With precision and coordination, they stormed the warehouse. Amid the chaos, they finally cornered the group's leader and discovered a dangerous bomb. The fate of the peace conference and everyone present hung in the balance. In a moment of desperation, trying to disarm the bomb, and before anyone could react, a shot rang out. It seemed like time was still, but unfortunately Marcus was down bleeding. Jack rushed to him, holding him close, telling him to hold on. "We did it, Jack. The city is safe," he managed to say with a faint smile. Tears welled up in Jack's eyes. "You're going to make it, Marcus. Stay with me." The doctors worked tirelessly to save Marcus's life, and as the hours ticked by, Jack anxiously waited outside the operating room. The entire police department and federal agency stood united, praying for Marcus's recovery. Finally, the surgeon emerged with a grave expression. Jack's heart sank, fearing the worst. But then the surgeon smiled. "He's stable. It was touch and go for a while, but he's a fighter. The news spread like wildfire, and the entire Harmonyville community rejoiced in the knowledge that Marcus Williams, the federal agent who had done so much for their city, would survive. While Marcus recovered, the peace conference proceeded as planned, bringing together leaders from around the world to foster dialogue and understanding. Jack watched from a distance, proud of the city he served and grateful for the bonds forged between its people, regardless of their backgrounds. As Marcus returned to duty, together they continued to fight crime, protect their community, and inspire positive change in Harmonyville. Jack's career took a new direction as well. Recognizing his potential and dedication, he was promoted to a leadership position within the Harmonyville Police Department. He used his influence to push for further reforms, determined to create a lasting legacy of fairness and equality in law enforcement. In the years that followed, the city of Harmonyville continued to thrive, becoming a beacon of hope for many. It wasn't without challenges, but Jack and Marcus proved that by working together, they could overcome anything. Jack Thompson's initial mistake had transformed him into a better officer, one who valued justice above all else and understood the importance of empathy in a world full of complexities. And so, the legacy of Jack Thompson and Marcus Williams lived on, a testament to the enduring power of unity, understanding, and the pursuit of a better tomorrow. In Harmonyville, they had proven that the color of one's skin could never outweigh the content of their character and the strength of their heart. They had shown the world that together, they could build a brighter future, one that belonged to everyone, regardless of race or background.